You've just driven the Nissan Leaf.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me what your drive was like?
Very impressed. I think to sum it up, it's very ordinary, and that's a good thing. It drives like a regular hatchback. Obviously it's pretty quiet, there's no engine noise, but in every other way, you know, the steering, the brakes, the way the suspension deals with potholes, the indicators, all of that feels very regular, and that's a very good.
Obviously there's competing technologies out there. What's your take on that? Is it hydrogen fuel cell going to be the ultimate future? Electric vehicles? What do you think?
Well, I think, yeah, maybe, you know, looking into crystal ball, looking into the distant future, you might say hydrogen fuel cells, but I think that's very, very far away. Electric cars in the near term, for the next 10 years, I think you'll see very high rate of development of electric cars, and I don't know if they'll get to the stage where internal combustion is yet. You know, internal combustion has been around for 100 years, but I think for the next 10 years we're talking about electric cars.
Is it something you're considering going for at the moment, or do you suffer from range anxiety, which is seems to be the term people are using at the moment?
I understand the public perception of range anxiety, but I mean some of these new cars, like the Leaf and others, you know, once you get behind the wheel and you drive them for a bit, you kind of realise that most people aren't going to ever have a problem with the range of them. I'm not personally in the market for such a car, but I guess it's the job of people like myself who have the privilege of driving these cars nice and early to tell people that, you know, they're not as strange as they might.
Are you becoming less of a petrol head and more of a green advocate?
No. There's a lot of things I like about electric cars. You know, you get the instant torque, the quietness. I mean, as a family car, as a city car, fantastic. I think as a petrol head, for the moment at least, I'll remain unconvinced.
How soon do you think it'll be till, you know, the big population of Ireland start taking up electric vehicles?
I do think that'll be a few years yet, despite the incentives that are in place until the end of 2012. I don't think people are quite ready to abandon their petrol and diesel cars in masses, despite those incentives. I think there's a lot of convincing left to do, not just because of infrastructure. I think people are still don't know about them, still don't know enough about them.
Do you think? I mean, how do you see the future in looking in terms of electric vehicles?
There's no doubt that we have to move away from fossil fuels. It's as simple as that. I think one issue, small issue, that probably isn't being discussed widely, is where the electricity is coming from. For it to truly make sense, it needs to come from a renewable source in the first place, which a lot of Ireland is not yet. I think we need to get to that stage. Obviously, mining fossil fuels is going to be a thing of the past eventually.
What would you say to your readers who think about buying an electric vehicle?
I would tell them definitely get out there and test drive it. You know, it's the only way for them to realise that it's not as strange as it might seem. It's as simple as that, really.
Great, thanks very much. That's super.
Thank you.
Cheers.